All right, so looks like we're taking a deep dive into the world of drafts today with this info on the Salou Open tournament.
The Salou Open.
Are you thinking of actually playing in it,
Hmm. I don't
or
know.
are you just
What do you think?
just kind of fascinated by it?
I'm fascinated by what makes this one stand out.
What makes it so special?
Yeah.
So either way, I think this is going to be a pretty fun deep dive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this tournament, it's not just another one on the calendar.
Oh, okay.
This is the 26th annual Salou Open tournament
Wow.
held in Spain
Okay.
from May 25th to June 2nd in 2025.
Right.
And the open format means that it attracts all kinds of players
Oh, wow.
from your top grandmasters to
Wow.
enthusiastic amateurs.
So you could have like somebody who's just starting out
Yeah,
playing against like a world champion.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Talk about a trial by fire.
Yeah. But it seems like that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Like they want that mix. They want that mix. I wonder if that leads to some upsets.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll find that out as we go through this.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
But before we get there, let's just give a quick overview of the, nuts and bolts.
Okay, so let's set the scene.
Yeah.
You're in Salou, Spain,
Beautiful salute.
and the tournament's at this four-star hotel,
Yes.
the Hotel Califont, for the 19th time.
19th time.
So you can just walk right out of your room,
Exactly.
and bam, you're at the tournament hall.
Very convenient.
Yeah. It's like a drafts player's dream.
Yeah, it is. And the format is a 9-round Swiss system.
Okay.
So for those unfamiliar with Swiss systems,
Hmm.
you're paired against opponents with a similar score throughout the tournament.
Okay.
So it adjusts as you win or lose.
So that's probably how they can get away with having like a grandmaster
It helps.
and an amateur playing,
Yeah.
because they'll end up being.
You're playing people at your level.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And what about the time control? Is it blitz?
So they use the Solkoff system,
Okay.
which gives each player 1 hour and 20 minutes plus 1 minute for each move.
Okay.
But there is a slight quirk.
Uh-oh.
The clocks are actually set to 1 hour, 21 minutes plus 59 seconds per move.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's with the 1 second difference?
It's probably because of the digital clocks that they use.
Oh, okay.
You can't really display fractions of a second on those.
Right.
So it's rounded up.
Okay.
So technically that's a deviation from the official FMJD rules.
Ah,
But whether that extra second has ever actually affected the outcome of a match,
right.
yeah, that's a question for the ages.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much does it cost?
All right. So
Right.
the participation fee is only 60 euros.
Oh, wow. That's not bad.
No, it's pretty accessible.
Yeah.
But of course, you have to factor in travel and accommodation.
Right. Of course.
So if you want the full package,
Yeah.
10 nights at the hotel with meals included, it'll set you back 520 euros.
Okay.
But they offer a 5% discount for returning players.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So it seems like they really want to build that
Community.
that community.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of the community, let's talk about some of the players
Right.
that have really left their mark on the Salou Open.
2 names stand out.
Okay.
Alexander Georgiev
Okay.
and Anatoly Gontfarg.
All right. And so what makes them so special?
Well, they've consistently dominated the tournament over the years.
Huh?
It's fascinating because their playing styles are so different.
Oh, okay.
Georgiev is known for this methodical, strategic approach,
Okay.
while Gontfarg is a much more aggressive and unpredictable player.
Wow. So completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So is Salou a place where different styles clash?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Or is it just like
Does it favor
anybody can do well?
a certain type of play?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
that's interesting.
And then there's Alexander Schwartzman.
Okay.
He's kind of a rising star.
Okay.
He's already claimed victory in 2022 and 2024.
Wow.
He could be on track for a hat trick in 2025.
That would be something.
It would.
But looking at the winners list,
Yeah.
I noticed that Nina Hookman
Yes.
is the only female champion
Right?
sharing the title in 2003.
Yeah.
I wonder, is that a reflection of the gender dynamics in
Mhm.
drafts?
That's a really complex question.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure
Yeah.
the sources really give us a clear answer.
Yeah.
Historically, drafts has been more popular among men,
Right.
but that is changing
Okay.
slowly.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that evolves over the years.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the basics down, like format, location,
Yeah.
cost,
Mm-hmm.
key players.
Yeah.
But how do you actually get to this magical place? I know you can fly from the Netherlands,
Yeah. You can fly from the Netherlands.
but what if you're
What if you're coming from?
coming from somewhere else, further afield?
Yeah, further away.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Salou is very accessible.
Okay.
Barcelona Airport is a major international hub,
Right.
and the organizers arrange transfers from there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for 40 euros.
That's not bad.
They also offer transfers from Rias Airport,
Okay.
which is a bit closer, for
Mhm.
20 euros,
Okay.
but not from Girona Airport.
Right. I noticed
Yeah.
that. They don't mention that one.
Yeah, probably just a logistical decision to
Right.
keep things streamlined and affordable.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Mhm.
So imagine you've landed in Spain. You're on that transfer.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by all these drafts enthusiasts.
Yeah, the anticipation is building. You're on your way to Salou.
But this tournament,
Yes.
it has a history that goes way beyond just competition, doesn't it?
Way beyond. It
Yeah.
all started with a former ship captain.
No way.
Yes, named Dick Hendrickson.
Okay.
And back when Salou was this really popular Dutch tourist spot,
Mm-hmm.
he had this idea, why not create a drafts tournament right here
I love it.
on the coast?
That's so cool.
Yeah, and there's this amazing picture that we
Uh.
have here of a giant drafts board
Okay.
set up right on the promenade,
Wow.
using these huge squares of carpet
Wow.
to create this massive playing surface.
I can't even imagine
What can you imagine?
playing with like the Mediterranean as your backdrop.
It must have been quite a sight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it speaks to Hendrickson's vision
Yeah.
and passion for the game.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to create a truly unique experience.
Okay. So unfortunately, they had to move it indoors eventually.
Yeah, wind and rain forced them inside.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But that spirit of innovation.
It lived on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Hendrickson returned to his seafaring life,
Okay.
another Dutchman, Peter Pippel, stepped in to keep
Okay.
the tournament alive.
So they passed the torch.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And Pippel became so beloved.
Right.
He was known as Mr. Salou.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like he really.
He put his heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And that tradition continues today.
Okay.
Even though it's run by the Salou Open Foundation,
Okay.
they've really maintained that special atmosphere.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've covered the origins,
Mhm.
the setting,
Yeah.
key players.
Yeah.
But what about the reach of this event?
The global reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 43 countries have been represented over the years.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It's incredible how drafts brings people together
Yeah.
from all over the world.
And looking at the winners list,
Yeah.
a lot of them seem to be from the Netherlands.
That's right. A significant number
Yeah.
are from the Netherlands
Right.
and the former Soviet republics.
Is there like something about those places that just breeds drafts champions?
It's probably a combination of factors,
Okay.
historical and cultural.
Go.
In the Netherlands, drafts has been popular for centuries.
Oh.
Played in cafes and homes all over.
Huh.
And in the former Soviet Union, drafts was encouraged
Really?
and promoted as an intellectual pursuit. So they had these strong training programs
Right.
and highly skilled players.
So it's not just individual talent.
It's a culture.
It's like a whole
It's a culture.
culture surrounding it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And speaking of dedication,
Yeah.
Anatoly Gent-Varg,
Yeah. What about him?
he's participated in 24 out of the 25 tournaments.
Wow.
Yeah, so either he's incredibly devoted to the sport,
Right.
or he just can't resist the allure of Salou.
Yeah.
But joking aside,
Yeah.
that consistent presence
Yeah.
speaks volumes.
It really does.
It does.
Okay, so it's clear that the Salou Open offers more than just a chance to win.
Absolutely.
But what about the practical stuff?
Okay.
What about the FAQ?
Let's see.
So it looks like they really go out of their way to accommodate families.
They do.
They even offer a special single room price
Yes.
for one adult and one child.
That's right.
That's really progressive
It is.
for a sporting event.
It's
They even mention families with 2 children.
Yeah.
Can't request larger rooms.
Subject to availability, of course.
Right, of course.
But yeah,
So it's like,
it's very welcoming.
yeah, very family friendly.
It is.
That's great.
And their cancellation policy is pretty reasonable, too.
Okay.
Full refunds if you cancel 2 weeks before.
Okay.
So that's good.
Good to know.
Yeah. Especially with all the uncertainty of travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I noticed is that drinks at lunch and dinner aren't included.
Ah, that's actually quite common in Spain.
Okay.
Usually only breakfast comes with complimentary drinks.
Huh?
It's just a cultural
Right.
Yeah.
And lastly, they have a little note about COVID requirements,
Yes,
saying that they'll respect any remaining guidelines,
of course.
even though most restrictions have been lifted.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, so far we've covered a lot.
We have.
We've talked about the format,
Yeah.
the history,
Mm-hmm.
the
It is.
players,
The logistics.
some of the
Very cool.
logistics, but what does it all mean?
Right. What does it mean?
For somebody who loves drafts.
What strikes me is that the Salou Open
Yeah.
is not just about competition.
Okay.
It's about fostering the sense of community
Yeah.
and shared passion
Okay.
for drafts.
Right.
It's a place where players of all levels can come together
Right.
to learn, to grow.
And to celebrate this
Yes,
game.
celebrate this fascinating game.
Yeah, absolutely. You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's like you're part of something.
It's bigger
Yeah.
than just the points on a scoreboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a really fascinating question
Ooh.
that I think we should delve into in the next part of this deep dive.
Okay.
Could this unique blend of players,
Yeah.
this open format,
Mm-hmm.
this emphasis on community,
Yeah.
and the history of the Salou Open
Right.
actually be shaping the future of drafts itself?
Wow, that's a great question.
That's something to think about. So stay tuned, because in part 2, we'll explore how this tournament might be influencing
Okay.
the evolution of the game
I like it.
on a global scale.
Can't wait. Welcome back.
It really is amazing to think about how this tournament could be influencing the future of the game.
You know, as we dig deeper into it,
Yeah,
the Salou Open is more than just a competition.
right. It's like we were saying before about the community
Exactly.
and how they bring all these different players together.
You've got these seasoned veterans sharing the board with up-and-coming stars,
Right.
passionate amateurs.
It's got to be a breeding ground for new ideas.
It is a recipe for innovation.
So if you're an amateur out there
Yeah.
and you're thinking about going to the Salou Open,
Mm-hmm.
I think we've uncovered some good stuff for you to consider.
Yeah, first of all, don't be intimidated by the open format. I mean,
Yeah.
the organizers really gone out of their way
Yeah, they seem to.
make it welcoming
Yeah.
for all skill levels.
You don't have to be a world champion to enjoy this.
Absolutely not. You can just go and have fun.
Yeah, and secondly,
Yes.
pack your swimsuit,
Pack that swimsuit.
because you're going to want to be on those Mediterranean beaches.
You're going to want to soak up that sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And third,
Yeah.
be prepared for a really unique cultural experience.
Yes.
Mhm.
Salou has got this great blend of Spanish and Dutch influence.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
So it's like 2 vacations in one.
It is. It's fantastic.
And finally,
yeah.
embrace the community.
Yes.
The Salou Open is all about connecting.
Connecting with people.
Yeah, with other people who love drafts.
Sharing your passion.
Yeah.
Making friends.
So if you're looking for a chance to just immerse yourself
Yeah.
in the world of drafts
Yeah.
and challenge yourself,
Mm-hmm.
the Salou Open should be on your list.
It should be at the top.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to recap, we've talked about the history,
The history,
the players,
setting the atmosphere.
setting the unique individuals.
Yeah, it's really something special.
That make it so special.
It is.
But we also uncovered some thought-provoking questions.
Yeah, what about the impact on drafts?
Yeah, like, could this be the place,
Could it be the melting pot?
yeah, where new things come from,
New strategies?
new strategies,
New techniques?
Yeah.
Maybe even new variants?
the new ways to play.
Yeah, it's exciting to think about. And that's what's so great about this tournament.
Yeah.
It's not just about preserving tradition.
Yeah.
It's also about looking forward.
It's about innovation.
Yes.
So as we go into the last part of this deep dive,
Okay,
I want you to keep that in mind.
I will.
Is the Salou Open just a reflection
Yeah.
of how drafts is right now?
Or is it changing things?
Yeah. Is it shaping the future?
Yeah, good question.
And we'll explore that.
Okay.
And we'll also give some key takeaways
All right.
for those of you who are considering taking the plunge
Yeah, if you're thinking about going.
and experiencing this incredible event.
Yeah, I'm excited for part 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is amazing to think that this one tournament could be having such a big impact on the game.
Yeah, and like you said before, it all comes back to bringing people together
It does.
and having that kind of melting pot of ideas and
Exactly.
experiences. And
You get those veterans, those
Yeah.
up-and-comers, those who are just there to soak it all in.
and learn.
Yeah.
So for those out there
Yeah.
who are thinking about maybe
Thinking about going.
going to the Salou Open,
Yeah.
I think we've got some
Key takeaways.
good stuff for you to consider.
First of all, don't be intimidated.
Yeah,
by the open format.
it can be scary.
It can.
Yeah.
But the organizers have really created a great environment
Yeah.
for all skill levels.
Yeah, it seems very...
Very welcoming. You don't
Yeah.
have to be a grandmaster
Nope.
to have a good time.
You can just go to learn
Exactly.
and have fun.
Have fun. Exactly.
Okay, so that's number one.
Number one.
Number two,
Pack your swimsuit.
Yes.
Don't forget it.
you're going to want to be on those beaches.
Oh, you are.
Especially after
After a tough match.
yeah, a long day of playing drafts.
Yeah. Take a dip in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
It does.
Okay, and number three.
Be prepared for a really cool cultural experience.
Yeah, so we were talking about the Spanish and Dutch influence.
Yeah, it's a fascinating blend.
What does that actually look like, though?
Well, you'll see it in the architecture.
Okay.
The food, the language.
Wow.
It's just this really unique mix.
So you get like double the culture.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's like 2 vacations in one.
Okay, and finally.
Finally embrace the community aspect.
Yeah.
You know, the Salou Open, it's not just about the competition.
Right.
It's about the people.
Yeah, making those connections.
Yeah.
So be open to,
Be open to meeting new people.
Yeah.
Learning from others.
sharing your love of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're looking for a truly special drafts experience,
The Salou Open.
the Salou Open,
It's calling your name.
it's calling your name.
It is.
All right, so that brings us to the end of our deep dive
It does.
into the Salou Open Drafts Tournament.
The Salou
We
Open.
talked about the history,
Yeah.
the amazing players,
Setting.
the atmosphere.
The atmosphere. It's a special place.
It really is. And we've also talked about,
Some big questions.
yeah, some pretty big questions.
About the future of the game.
Yeah, like could the Salou Open be the birthplace of the next,
This big thing.
the next
Sex
big
strategy.
new technique,
New
a
variant.
whole new way to play.
Oh, no.
That's really exciting.
It is.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this.
Yeah.
Embrace challenges,
Yes.
seek out community.
Find your people.
Yeah. And never stop
Explore.
exploring your passions.
Yes.
Until next time, may your games be filled with brilliance.
And your journeys with adventure.
Right.